टू स्टार्ट विथ मौसमी जी ने जो आपके ऊपर एलिगेशंस लगाए सर, उस बारे में कुछ बताइए कि क्या ये एलिगेशन सही है या फिर आज आपने हमें बुलाया है। तो सर थोड़ा सा हमारी ऑडियंस को बताइए इस बारे में कि मौसमी जी ने आपके साथ क्या क्या किया है।
देखो एक्चुअली क्या है, मेरा जो पायल पायल इज unwell for the last 3 years. She had a brain hemorrhage. From there she was there in the hospital for about 7 months, and then we got her home. And then I had nurses, both the nurses, two nurses per day, and ayas at the same time. But what role does she have? मैंने कभी प्रेस में तो गया नहीं, बिकॉज मेरे लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट था मेरा बीवी. आई हैड डन अ लव मैरिज एंड आई हैव स्पेंट सेवरल ईयर्स ऑफ माई लाइफ विद हर. वेरी गुड मेमोरीज, वेरी गुड टाइम्स. तो उसके लिए जो भी मेरे लिए मुमकिन था, आई हैव गॉन आउट ऑफ द वे टू डू हर. Moshumi's role, what are you talking about? As a mother, in the last 3 years, how many times she went to the hospital? Every 15 days she used to come at home to see her daughter. While in the hospital, जब ये था जिस दिन उनका सर्जरी हुआ था, the brain surgery, which she had a hemorrhage of about 14 centimeter, she left the hospital. Video evidences are available with the hospital Khar Hinduja before the surgery, and she came after 72 hours, which is almost more than 3 days. One, financially, my father, while I was in US when Payal was admitted, my father and my uncle, because my father said, no, she is my bahu, I will pay. It was transferred to her father's account. And then I came to India, and then I looked after her, whatever the expenses were. The expenses went in crores in the last 3 years, to that extent where today financially I have nothing. But what? After doing everything, she is doing all because just using her celebrity status? No, this is not done. At least you should appreciate the fact that I have looked after my wife. You cannot look after her, which is fine. But why these tantrums? To cut it short, in the last 3 years, what was her contribution? Nothing. She only used to go to the press because everyone knew she had a ailing daughter. मेरा बेटी ऐसा है, मेरा जिंदगी ऐसा है. अरे तुमने तो, to be honest, you have seen your daughter. You have went to the parlor more than you have seen your daughter in the last 3 years. Whether she was in the hospital or she was at my place where we used to take care of her. She claims that she had filed a case on 24th of November 2018 that I am not paying the nurses, so there are no nurses. I am not checking her with the doctors. I am not taking care of her, and most importantly, I am not allowing her to come to see her. A court which takes some time to give a decision, they gave, I would say, in my favor, because all I fought for in that case was, the wife should be with my wife, Payal, should be with me, and they gave me, and I was happy. I didn't even go to the press when they called me. No, my motive was fulfilled. The judge understand CCTV footage and rest of the thing, financial matters and everything. I have taken care of my wife. In their petition, they didn't even mention their expense part. Why? You didn't spend a single pie on your daughter. When I did everything, why are you going to the court? If you have any issues against me, you settle it with me, no?
Right. So, sir, what was the reason she was?
Probably, this is what I feel. See, if you see the history, on 24th, she filed a case on the fast court. By 26th, it was, I would say, as I said, the judge wrote it very clearly in the order. I, as a husband, look after her very well. She is taken care of very well, and she should be with me. Fine, that is enough for me, and I started looking after her. But 20 days down the line, I was very surprised that she joined politics. thinking about a ticket from West Bengal. And what you are putting a gun, ये तुम्हारा जो पॉलिटिक्स में उतरने का तरीका है, अपना ailing at the expense of your ailing daughter, no, that is not accepted. You can ask anyone, any friends of Payal, you can ask any relatives of Payal, the way I have looked after her. I used to motivate her even being in coma. Even God was kind enough that she came out from coma. I have every documents. It is here. It is here. Even the doctor certified she is out of coma. Then the second one was she is in a minimal conscious state. The same doctors were saying she would be paralytic, she would be in a vegetative state. No, absolutely not. Physiotherapy were given 5 times a day with ball exercises to everything. Advanced physiotherapy where she started sitting, she started standing up within a year after coming back from the hospital. And I have video evidence. If you want, I can give you all the video evidences.
Right. Sir, also,
she started talking at the end. She started saying yes, no, where the doctor said there is no chance. Yes, I tried my best, and she supported me. She started voicing it out, yes, no, Dicky. So that is what, yes, unfortunately, I mean, she passed away for a different reason, being, having sepsis, being in the ICU. For the last 59 days, she was in the ICU, and therefore, you have cross infection in the ICU. So the drugs became resistant.
Right. Sir, also उसके बाद क्या उनको मिले थे आप, या फिर मतलब मौसमी जी को, कि आपने मतलब उनसे कुछ डिस्कस किया कि आप ये क्यों कर रहे हो, या फिर why you are doing this?
देखो, डिस्कस ऑनेस्टली, देखो, मैं तो झूठ बोलने वाला हूँ नहीं, मैंने वो पूछा ही नहीं। बिकॉज एक ही चीज़ है कि कोर्ट केस के बाद भी जब ये शी स्टार्टेड मेकिंग, एक नहीं, वो यहाँ आके रात को 9 बजे पुलिस स्टेशन में फ़ोन करते थे जस्ट टू यूज़ हर सेलिब्रिटी स्टेटस टू प्रेशराइज मी। मेरे को तो प्रेशराइज क्या करेगा, आई डिड नथिंग, मैंने उससे मतलब डरता भी नहीं था। बट मेरा जो नर्सेज और जो आयाज है वो लोग डरते थे। वो लोग एक के बाद फिर उन्होंने वही क्लेम फिर से उन्होंने कहा, जो जब हाई कोर्ट ने फेवर दिया, आई मीन द ऑर्डर इन माय फेवर, शी वेंट टू द पुलिस अगेन दैट आई एम नॉट पेइंग द सिस्टर्स, सो दे आर लिविंग, दे आर नॉट सर्टिफाइड। तो ये सब क्यों, व्हाई अननेसेसरी, व्हेन समवन, आई एम लुकिंग आफ्टर योर डॉटर, एंड मोर देन दैट आई हैव सीन माई वाइफ मोर देन अ वाइफ देन अ डॉटर। मैंने अपने बेटी जैसा मैंने लास्ट 3 साल उसको देखा, एंड शी रिस्पॉन्डेड टू माई वॉट एवर आई वॉज ट्राइंग टू हेल्प हर। एक एक करके वीडियो एविडेंस 365 डेज नहीं था, 2 साल का है मेरे पास। मैंने तो वीडियो लगाया था सिर्फ, मतलब कभी निकलूँ तो वो सिस्टर लोग ठीक से करते हैं कि नहीं, वो देखने के लिए। वही उन लोग क्या करते थे, 2 सितंबर मेघा, हर 38-year-old डॉटर, इतने उम्र का है, थोड़ा सा कॉमन सेंस लगाना चाहिए था कि ये कोमाटोस पेशेंट को किशन जी का प्रसाद मुंह से डाल रहे थे, वो साबूदाना केला। व्हाई इट टुक मी मोर देन 3 hours टू टेक दैट फूड आउट, बिकॉज व्हाट इफ शी गेट्स चोक्ड, मेरा पूरा 3 साल का मेहनत बेकार हो जाएगा। नाउ दैट इज़ वन पार्ट। वही चीज़ समझाने के बाद मौसमी जी खुद खिला रहे थे, आपको वीडियो दिखाऊंगा ना, आप मतलब हैरान हो जाओगे, अपने बेटी के लिए इतना वो सारा प्रेस में ऐसा ये बोल रहे हैं, और वही वो खिला के चोक करने के लिए उन्होंने ये कर रहे थे, आपको वीडियो दिखाऊंगा तो आप हैरान हो जाओगे। तो इसीलिए उनसे बात करना, देखो बात कब कर सकते हो, एक आदमी जब एडुकेटेड होता है ना, उसको वो समझता है या नहीं समझता है। मौसमी जी इज़ नॉट अनएडुकेटेड, शी डजंट इवन नो हाउ टू राइट हर नेम प्रॉपरली, वो छोड़ के कुछ नहीं। और इंग्लिश बोलना, दैट इज़ अ डिफरेंट थिंग, इंग्लिश इज़ जस्ट अ लैंग्वेज। इंग्लिश बोलने से कोई एडुकेटेड नहीं होता है, इंग्लिश इज़ अ लैंग्वेज, एक भाषा। मैं भी अगर ब्राज़ील में रहूँगा तो मेरे को भी 2 साल में पोर्तुगीज़ बोलना आएगा, मे बी नॉट देयर एक्सेंट, but that doesn't say I am, educated. तो बात ये है मौसमी जी ने जो किया वो देखो उनका पर्सनल चीज़ है, बट नॉट एट द एक्सपेंस ऑफ हर डॉटर वॉज एलिंग. तुम फुटेज ये कर रहे हो एट द एक्सपेंस ऑफ योर डॉटर. नो, दिस इज नॉट करेक्ट. शी इज एलिंग. She can't say anything. So that is it.
So are you planning to take action on her for her behavior? And you said
No,
she was
see,
not good with the nurses and all.
nurses, see, but there is one more incident happened which you will be very surprised and shocked. Payal was admitted in the hospital on 16th of November, 16th of October 2019 for nephrotic syndrome because of her underlying condition. Because she was juvenile diabetic and because of the underlying condition. So after 15 or 16 days, I think on the 2nd or the 3rd, she goes to Khar police station to file a police complaint against me. The general physician who used to come here every Saturday to see Payal, the list of nurses who used to look after her, and the list of ayahs. Not only that, the previous ayahs as well. Why? You got lot of time. You have, I would say, in the last 3 years, you ate on time. You went party on time. You came to see Payal at 11 whenever you felt like, without thinking about others, the people who were looking after her 24/7, and then you go to the court. So after all this, when your daughter is in the hospital, what was the reason behind it? What is the reason? You tell the whole world. I don't allow. I can show you hundreds of videos what she has done. She used to shout. She used to come once in 15 days. Is that your love for her as a mother? As I correctly say, and I always used to tell her point blank, you have seen your daughter. If it's 15 days in a year, you have been to the parlor more than 30 times a year. So that is what I say, and when I say it with utmost conviction. No one knows me. No one knows me. Tomorrow, okay, ठीक है, कल मेरे को पहचानेंगे भी नहीं. But what Moushumi is trying to do is trying to create a sympathy, probably again to come down to the industry or whatever. That is her personal thing. But my only thing is not at the expense of your ailing daughter. Not at that, because we all worked as a team. Ask any doctors who have seen her, a list of doctors, there were 8 to 9 doctors. They would only say they have seen me with her in the last 3 years only. Starting from her neurosurgeon, to neurologist, to diabetologist, to her nephrologist, to her hematologist, and to her intensivist, the senior intensivist in Hinduja. Everyone, where is her mother? They have never seen. This time, to forget about it. In the last 59 days, only 5 visits. And some journalists, they write, each has got their own way of mourning. No, mourning is one part. When your daughter is critically ill in the ICU for 59 days, you as a mother, you should come and at least see her. Not like 5 minutes a day, it's a courtesy. No. What if I am saying, you prove me the 6th day she was there, whatever she will say, I will accept it. In the last 59 days, only 5 times, 5 to 7 minutes a day. Check with the ICU video camera. They will be happy to give you. I'm quite confident on that. The Hinduja hospital, 5 times. And then when I call, she doesn't accept. Forget about that. I have every situation, how critical she was, it was sent per SMS. Nothing. And when she passed away, the last option was to, call her sister. She said, okay, fine. And then I sent them a text. Tomorrow is the funeral. All of you come. You do whatever you want. I can show you the SMS here. You do whatever you want, whatever you think best. So then I said, okay, fine, I'll put it in, because I waited for almost 11 hours after she passed away, for the parents to come and see her once. Whatever the difference between me and that will always remain. I'm not saying it, trying to be politically correct. It will remain forever. But that part, as a mother, today she won't realize, as a mother, what she has missed. Her ego was way too big than, her own daughter. 3 years down the line, on 4 years down the line, the day she realizes the fact that she didn't see the Mukagni of her daughter, she didn't come to the funeral of her daughter, she didn't come to the Shraddha of her daughter, where I have formally invited them, even per text, they didn't come. Then she will realize what she has missed. Ego is good at times when you are doing good to the society, when you are doing good for yourself. Not for something where your own daughter is no more and you are, your ego was high enough that you didn't even see her before she was put in the mortuary for a day. You didn't see her in the hospital. You didn't see her funeral. Is that something you will see in your life ever? No. You are the mother. You have kept her for 9.5 months. And the same mother doing all this, I would say there are mothers who also do this. I'm sorry, I've seen the last 3 years.
So my last question is, are you think that she is doing this because of her comeback in TV and
I would
politics?
believe, see, there are two things. As I said, I mean, if you ask me, I would say point blank, there was no feeling, because, as a mother, you would always visit your daughter.
Right.
And forget about the fact that, what she says, that I don't allow her. There was never a time. It's like there are cameras full here. So she cannot deny that. But there might be two things. One, the political factor, as I said.
Right.
The moment she filed a case, out of nowhere, any mother-in-law would have been happy. I'm telling you the way I have looked after her. Not trying to praise myself, but I did it for my wife. My wife, whom I love the most, whom I will love forever the most. But why she is doing? Maybe to get some sympathy, because none. If you see Moushumi's, last 15 years, is there any film star who called her? No. When she went to the court, did you see any single messages in the Twitter or Instagram or Facebook that, oh, Moushumi, your daughter is this? No one, none from the industry, I mean, quote unquote, none from the industry said anything, because they knew what her plan was. Either to come back to the industry with all this, or the political factor. But unfortunately, I think that, the political party, I'm not much into that, but they must have understand the fact that, her launch pad was this, and when the judge, gave the verdict, and on 26th or 27th, when it came out in the papers, everything was clear. Although she joined politics after that, but she never got a ticket. So that is what I have to say. But no, nothing. I have nothing more. It's just that I want Payal to be at peace. That is what. Because as a husband, whatever they have said, I'm sure after knowing the fact that how I have taken care of her, because she was in a conscious state, especially the last 1.5 years, she would not want, her husband to be put like that. That is it.
Thank you.
Well.